ladies and gentlemen, we have Major General Stubblebine and his wife, medical doctor Rima Lebo, joining us in the third and fourth hour today on the flu, the eugenics agenda, the GMO food, all of it. We're going to have open phones when they join us. I'm going to open the phones up here in just a few minutes at 1-800-259-9231, 1-800-259-9231. All right, let me just read to you some of the headlines. I got stuck for 30 minutes on the fact that Republicans all across the country, not just in these governor races, but in local races, swept everywhere, just like Democrats swept. The public isn't very sophisticated, but they know they don't like the government they've got. So get rid of all the Republicans. Bush was bad. Oh, my gosh, Obama's even worse. Get rid of all the Democrats. And then, oh, my gosh, the Republicans are traitors as well. Get rid of them. But it's not taking 3, 4, 5, 6 years for people to go through these realignments now and these cycles. It's taken a few months. It's over for the establishment. The media keeps going, look at Republicans. They're weak. They've only got a 25% approval rating for Congress. Yeah. And the Democrats have an 11 or 12. But see, that's media spin. Well, we don't think Republicans are going to win these governor seats in New Jersey and Virginia. Because look at the Republicans' congressional number. It's 25 points. Man, that's low. Yeah, and it's 11 or 12, depending on the poll for the Democrats. Exactly. People are really starting to figure it out. And so the media tries to create this massive fog of lies. Every national radio show, every major editorial I see, whether it's Republican or Democrats writing it, every major television program on news I watch is Republicans better watch it. They're getting too extreme. They need to be mainline, middle of the road and work with Obama. They're going to lose even more seats if they don't. No, if the Republicans go along with open borders and tripling of government again and all these wars and all this corruption, they're going to lose just like the Democrats. Republicans need to become constitutionalists. If Democrats became constitutionalists, they would win. Grayson out of Florida has one of the highest approval ratings of any Democrat in Congress. Why? Because he is at least anti-establishment to the point that he calls the Federal Reserve criminal and calls the head Enron lawyer for the Federal Reserve a whore. People love it. So the media demonizes him because they're scared of that mindset catching hold. People love Ron Paul. His approval ratings in most polls are above 70%. It's even higher in Texas. He won his last congressional race by a record landslide of right at 70%. And who's running against him? The mainline Republican neocons. There's not even a Democratic challenger. His challenge is from the Republican traitors. Rhinos, Republican in name only. So, you need to let the Democrats know you are going to vote against them. Republicans, like Lindsey Graham, that traitor in the Senate, pushing through the climate bill, the total takeover of our society. That guy needs to have a recall done on him right now. I'll guarantee you, if Senator Lindsey Graham's constituents, if 1,000 of you, because every phone call signifies 1,000 constituents, every letter signifies 10,000. If you would call him and say, we're launching a recall of Lindsey Graham, and don't let him play that game of, oh, well, if you get rid of me, you'll get something worse. We don't care. The point is, we're going to punish you, and then we'll recall the next guy. We've got to get aggressive with these people. They wouldn't have been able to pass this thing into committee and mark it up to go to the full Senate if it wasn't for Lindsey Graham. And these disgusting globalists thank him and praise him all over the news. Ban Ki-moon, in that week and a half ago editorial in the New York Times called We Can Do It, just as stupid as yes, we can. Bob the Builder, la, la, la. In fact, go to YouTube, guys. Craig, will you go pull up Bob the Builder? I want to play that later and show people how a children's cartoon is where they got this yes, we can mindless chant from. And Ban Ki-moon, we can do it. Yay! We can do it. We can bring you to justice. Okay. See, I said I was going to get to other news, and I went off into another rant about that. It's these people are unpopular. They're criminal. What they're doing is illegal. The military and police are waking up. I cannot tell you how many military and police send us information, how many police and military stop me on the street and say that they support what we're doing. I can't tell you how many other talk show hosts I talk to where they have police coming up to their radio stations thanking them for speaking out against the New World Order. Oh, the police have bad commanders in almost every case because they're federalized. They just didn't get the memo yet. But the average cop is waking up. Now, sure, we get videos every day of cops tasering old people for no reason, of bad police who are trigger happy, beating up old women, shooting people in the back, and then the commanders support them and they don't get in trouble, thus demonizing police more, which is what the system wants, so it's an us against them mentality. And I only figured out this trick in the last few years. I used to fall for it. And I still speak out against bad cops and corruption, but I'm beginning to understand the more sophisticated nuances of these people's tricks. And the more I learn, the more I understand. It's just all opening up to me. You know, everybody, the more wisdom you get, the more you learn you don't understand. And the more you realize how completely blind the public is. But if they would just punish bad cops, then the police wouldn't be thugs, but they promote the thugs. And by the way, coming up, the Miner newspaper reports 81-year-old tasered by Ellison Air Force Base police outside the base. Posse Comitatus is truly dead. And every few days I see reports of military arresting U.S. citizens off base. And there's this incredible taser video out of Minneapolis where the guy gets out of the car, puts his hands on the squad car, and the cop walks up like he's not going to do anything, and then gets behind him premeditatedly and tasers him in the neck, and then gets him on the ground at point-blank range, tasering him with pleasure. And it's just like deer hunters. There's a lot of people I've been deer hunting with over the years at different hunts I've been on back when I had time. And there's always this guy that's got 20 fancy rifles in the back of their truck, and they're got every gadget and everything in the world, but they can't hit the side of a barn if they tried. And every time a big buck or big elk or big muley comes out or they see it in the woods, they can't wait till it comes out to the edge of the clearing. They just start blasting. Buck fever. And I've seen the videos of these cops. They just want to shoot somebody. They want to taser somebody. They're dangerous. They need to be off the force now. They're nuts. They're nuts, and they shouldn't be deer hunting. These are the type of people that go out to national parks and shoot little kids and people and shoot cows. Every county in Texas, I read reports every year where people are hunting on somebody's land and shoot somebody's Brahma bull over the next fence. They can't tell a giant gray bull from a buck because they want to shoot something. All right. I'm ranting. I just watch these cops, and these guys have no business in uniform. No business. With great power comes great responsibility. You know, they've covered up the video cams of the black guy they shot to death in Austin, and we all know they have the videotapes. That's a lie, that they don't have them, that the both squad cars weren't rolling. But the audio's been released, so these guys screaming and yelling as one guy's dying. And every few months, an Austin cop shoots somebody in the back. And how many times have citizens videotaped police shooting somebody in handcuffs on the ground, and then the police lie and plant a gun on them and say, oh, they tried to shoot me. They shot this libertarian 9/11 truther, and now there's multiple witnesses that came forward and said, no. He got out of the car, they tasered him, he pulled the tasers out, got on his knees, and the cop shot him twice. And, of course, the cops lied and said he pulled a gun and all this. You know, you guys are really discrediting yourselves. You're trigger-happy morons who play Call of Duty and Doom when you're home at night in your apartment, and you think a zombie popped up in front of you when it was just some pathetic citizen you just double-capped. You need to be brought to justice for all the stuff you're doing to us. You understand? I'm tired of it, and the people are tired of it. All right, now I've gone into a police rant.